Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Dr. Himanshu Gupta and today in this video we are going to discuss few important points about the first line antitubercular drugs. Okay, so we all know the first line antitubercular drugs includes isoniazid, rifampicin, pyrazinamide and ethambutol. Okay, we need to know that the mechanism of action of all these first line antitubercular drugs. All are bactericidal except ethambutol, which is bacteriostatic. Now, most of these drugs are acting both intracellularly as well as extracellularly. So, your isoniazid and rifampicin, they are acting both intracellularly as well as extracellularly. But your ethambutol, it acts only extracellularly. Okay, so E for ethambutol, E for extracellular. Whereas pyrazinamide acts only intracellularly. Okay, and you have to tell me one more drug, antitubercular drug that acts extracellularly. Okay, it is your streptomycin. But guys, if I ask you a question that which is the most effective drug that acts extracellularly, okay, the most effective drug will be rifampicin. Okay, now coming to their metabolism or their excretion. Okay, so remember all the first line antitubercular drugs, they are excreted by liver. Okay, with the exception being ethambutol, okay, which is excreted by kidney. Okay, so ethambutol is not safe in renal failure. Now coming to the common side effects. Common side effects are hyperuricemia, which is shown by pyrazinamide and ethambutol. They can also cause anemia, which is shown by isoniazid and rifampicin. They can cause peripheral neuropathy, which is shown by isoniazid and your pyrazinamide. Okay, now guys, coming to the isoniazid, we need to know the mechanism of action of isoniazid. So isoniazid gets converted to active form of isoniazid with the help of the enzyme catalase peroxidase, which is encoded by the gene CATG. Now this active INHA, it will inhibit your protein reductase and protein kinase, which takes part in mycolic acid synthesis. Okay, now your mycolic acid will not be synthesized, and this is how your isoniazid acts. Okay, you also need to remember that this protein reductase, it is encoded by the gene INHA. Okay, and your protein kinase, it is encoded by the gene Cas-A. Okay, also remember that the overproduction of INHA results in cross resistance with ethionamide. Okay, whereas isoniazid can induce efflux pumps that can result in cross resistance with ethambutol. Okay, now remembering the important side effects of isoniazid, they can be remembered with the simple mnemonic change, where C stands for change in memory, H for hallucination, A for anemia, N for neuropathy, G for gynecomastia, and E for euphoria. Okay, coming to the rifampicin. Okay, the mechanism of action of this drug, it is your RNA polymerase inhibitor. Okay, remember this drug is also used in meningococcal carrier state, Staph aureus infection, then meningitis due to Haemophilus influenza. Okay, Staph aureus and meningitis due to Haemophilus influenza. Okay, now coming to the important side effects, it can be remembered with a simple mnemonic rifampicin, where I stands for interstitial nephritis, F for flu-like symptoms, A for anemia, M for make secretions orange, decrease platelet count, I for enzyme inducer, that is why it can result in contraceptive failure. It can also derange INR in patients who are on warfarin therapy, and it can also result in failure of protease inhibitors like nevirapine. Okay, so there are some rifampicin alternatives. Okay, you need to remember them. These are your rifabutin and rifapentine. Okay, so remember that rifabutin is the least inducer of the enzyme among all the rifampicins. Okay, so it is the least inducer of enzymes, and there are two important side effects also that you will tell me in the comment sections. Now coming to pyrazinamide, the pyrazinamide mechanism of action is, it is first converted to pyrazinoic acid with the help of enzyme pyrazinamidase, okay, which further inhibits fatty acid synthesis, and then it results in inhibition of cell wall synthesis. Okay, so important side effects are, it can cause hyperuricemia, then it can cause peripheral neuropathy, and it can also cause your arthralgia. Coming to ethambutol, the mechanism of action is that it inhibits arabinosyl transferase. Which results in decreased synthesis of arabinogalactan. Okay, and tell me one antitubercular drugs that can result in hypothyroidism. It is your ethionamide. Okay, bedaquiline, it is a newer antitubercular drug that is used in extensively drug resistant and multi drug resistant tuberculosis. Okay, so it can result in QT prolongation, is one of an important side effect, and mechanism of action is it blocks mycobacterial ATP synthesis. So also I want to tell you that your MDR TB, multi-drug resistant TB, it is resistant to isoniazid and your rifampicin, whereas your XDR TB, it is resistant to isoniazid, rifampicin, fluoroquinolones, and one second line injectable drugs. So guys, this was all about today's video. If you want more such videos, do write to me in the comment section below, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel. All the best guys.